Hey there. Good evening, Alicia. It's your your trophy. Yes, you're first. That's cute. Hey, Kiri. Hello. Hi, Patty. You have a sale alert on those photo organ. Oh, Joanne says a good sale on them. Nice. Well, I actually have you guys sitting on one right now. So if nobody knows what you're talking about, hold on a second. Let me try to. There it is. Right there. That's what Patty's talking about. See, I have to have it here to prop you guys up so that you're the right height. So yeah, don't look at the it's backwards. I don't know what happened. I was looking at all the settings and it's like for me, I'm seeing everything backwards. So it's like, oh well. So anyway, guys, they have new colors too. Cool. Cool. I have yes, they have one that's it's all multicolor and different things too. Um, Usually I'm a color coded person in that way, but I just wanted all my seeds in just the clear, I guess it's clear or white boxes or something, but they just work so well. This one happens to be empty. It's my third one. My other two are upstairs, packed full of seeds. So I thought I would need a third one when I got it because it was on sale. And yes, Joann's can have really good sale. Michael's has really good sales on them from time to time. Um, but for right now, I don't need them for seeds. So it's my prop. So you guys sit on my box here. Um, I know it's hard to do that on the phone to tag people. It really is. So yeah, Kiri, these are so great because the containers, you can write on them if you want to put whatever, and they fit seed packets so nicely. And you can have like 3 or 4 if you need to of the same seeds, if you have a lot of them, so you have tons of tomato seeds. I have 2, of the cases for sure in tomatoes. I might have 3. I don't remember, but those are all upstairs, so thanks, Patty, for putting this in. I know it's not backwards for you guys, but it's just some reason that they have new features on here, and I was watching the channel level settings. Um, of okay. Where are you still here? Oh, there we go. I was looking at the settings. I was like, oh, maybe this is not the good place to be doing this. But I really can't do it other than, if I'm not on here. So anyway, I was just looking at that. Um, the rainbow one was too busy visually. Yeah, that I get too. So they have some that are just like single colors for the whole thing. That wouldn't be bad. Like if it was all green or all blue or something like that, or all yellow. That would be so you could make like one would be all vegetables and another one would be all flowers. So it'd be easy to grab and pick up. Now that would be handy. But yeah, the rainbow one, that was just like when you've got all the seeds and all these, it's just too overwhelming because yeah, things change up all the time. So hey Joy, hello. You have 3 2 in a box for beans. Lots of bean seeds. You're cutting up your homemade peanut butter. Ooh. Save me a piece. Thank you for thinking me. I can't have it though. So I have not had any sugar for almost 2 years, you guys. So that's one thing I've been trying to stay away from. So I appreciate that. Aqua and one is lavender. Aqua and lavender. Ooh, I like those colors. Those are neat, but I can't buy them just to get the colors though, because I don't need one, but it sure is tempting, right? Oh my goodness. Um, Thanks, Alicia. It sounds amazing. There was one time, one of my daughters and I went up to, I don't know if you know how Minnesota's shaped. It's kind of like a K in a way, and the very top part, we call it the Arrowhead region, is the point that goes over Lake Superior and the border of Canada and stuff. And right up, almost at the very tip up there, is a town called Grand Marais, and it was an old trapping town. I don't think it was logging up there. I think they did mostly trapping, but it's on you have the Sawtooth Mountains right behind them and different things, but it's just like it's beautiful. It's like wilderness up there, and it's on the shoreline. It's just gorgeous. When we went up there one summer for like just 3 days, 2 or 3 days for vacation, and they have a shop up there, a fudge shop. And I know there are other places for fudge shop, but this is what um, you stumble that comment. Hey, Southern Bless Homestead, hello. Christy, hi. Sandra, hello. Um, so anyway, we were up there and yeah, this fudge shop, and they just like it was. I think probably the first time I've been introduced to a fudge shop that has like 200 different flavors of fudge. And so we got, like a box of just like samples here. And so we'd bring it back to our room and just cut them up into pieces and try different things. And it was just like, I mean, it was like sugar overload by the time we were done, but it was so good. But yes, they had a peanut butter fudge, and there was like, oh my goodness, like cream cheese fudge and mint fudge and just all kinds of different things. So it was, yes, Joy, it's so beautiful. In fact, I took some pictures of a sunrise there, which I actually ended up painting. Whoops, sorry, grab my cord here. Um, I wonder if I have that painting on here. It was a sunrise over Lake Superior on the shoreline. So, albums. Yes, they do. So, if you can see it very well or not. Oh, there we go. See, I'm going backwards. Oh, I'm getting that light in here too. This is messing with me. But anyway, it was a sunrise over Lake Superior. That's not really showing up very well. It looks a lot better, actually, in real life too. I have the painting hanging upstairs. So, Patty, hello. So we got Mac and Patty on here. Woo-hoo. That's what you did with Bucky Fudge sampled. Oh, yeah. So, Patty makes my own pan of fudge every Christmas, and it's the best. You are so spoiled, Mac. That is so great. Oh, you can see it okay? Okay. You bought a bunch of pudding cups yesterday after eating the pudding in the free planters. Oh, there you go. There you are. Good for you. Do you like poke little holes in the bottom so they can drain and stuff, or what do you do? Oh, Joy, thank you. Thank you. I enjoy painting. So one of the things, I think I told you, I've been working on like one of the bedrooms upstairs that was just kind of got junk stuff into it and everything. And I've been cleaning and purging. I've been working on it for, I don't know, a month now, maybe longer. Probably more like 5 weeks. I think I started it over the 1st or something. But anyway, candy corn fudge. There you go, Patty. So anyway, I held out like 3 carloads of stuff to the thrift store and to recycling and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, once cleaning it out, I'm looking around, I can finally see everything, and it's just, I know it's embarrassing. It's like, no, I'm not taking any pictures of it, but um, anyway, as I'm getting stuff out and I'm looking around at it, it's like I realized that it's been 20 years since I painted that room, and it's still colors for a young girl and everything. And I'm just like, you know what? This is a guest room, and I'm going to update this. So I painted the same color as the living room. It's all backwards. There you go, the living room, which is called Rainy Days by Magnolia Paints. That's a Joanna Gaines paint. And so, it's got all white trim, and then the Rainy Days paint, and it's just like looking so good. So anyway, I have the closet all done. That was hard, and I got some extra shelves and everything to put in there and put all that in, because the closet itself is not even quite 3 feet by 5 feet, and it's got two sides, and so shelves built in, and so it's rather tight space to be working in. And anyway, so painted it. Well, of course, then it's like, need a new comforter in there. It's like, this one doesn't match. And because I had leftover paint, it's like, but anyway, um, so that's been a work in progress. And that's what I've been working on, doing all that. And it's like, okay, now that this is looking so good, I really need to do my room too. So the thing is, the paint right now, where I've been getting it from, in a nearby town, it's half price. So I'm like, okay, this is a good time to start getting it. So when you can get a gallon of really good paint for $35, it's like, that's worth it. So anyway, yeah. So I'm going to be, when this one's done, I'm going to be repainting my room, and then I look at the third one, I'm going, okay, that one really needs it too. So yeah, I ordered more paint. I'm like, oh, I should have started this like in November or something instead of February, where things are starting to get busy. So anyway, I just like put a whole world of work on myself. Um, a couple of months ago, you took 8 yogurt cups, planted baby aloe plants, and did poco. Okay, well, cool. Neat idea. Posted on Facebook. Someone used one of those clear multi-drawer shelves to sprout their seeds. Oh, nice. Hey, Dave, good evening to you. There's so many things that we have that we could use for it, and it's like, good. So, sure, you can post the link, Alicia. That's fine. Hey, Caitlin. I was wondering about lack of light for seedlings, not enough headroom. Person. Yeah, I can see that. Just to get it sprouting, just to have them to germinate, but then you'd need to take them out and put them under light and stuff. You'd need to at least do that. But, they're a handy tray for getting things done. So I know, Patty, right? It started a spiral of projects. Mac, I have like no snow right now. There's a little bit in shady spots and everything, but we were 37 degrees today and like 35 yesterday. So we did get about a half inch of snow sometime this last week, and it's all melted. So it's 30 degrees right now. But tomorrow's 34, Wednesday's 33. But then it gets a little cooler. Then we have highs. Ooh, Friday, the high is 17. But the coldest it ever gets for the next 10 days is 11 degrees at night. And no snow in the forecast. Nothing in the forecast. So we are warm and dry. It's a good deal on paint. Yes, it is, Patty. That's why I was just like, oh, wow. and she's got beautiful colors. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at them, the Magnolia interior paint line, but they're soft. They're and you can get a whole range of in the yellows and lavenders and blues and greens and just all of that and grays and beiges and all the colors, but they're soft colors and they're just really, really beautiful. And I've lived with this paint now for what, 2 years? I think. Has it been 2 years since I put it? I think it was 2 years ago. Um, that I did the living room, and I've really come to really like it. And so, like I said, I had leftover paint, and that's what I'm using upstairs in the one room. And then I'm going to have just some variations of more greeny gray type colors in the other rooms. So anyway, I'm excited to see something fresh and new, but it's like, yeah, I've got myself in a world of hurt here with all this extra work. I do that to myself. I know. Oh my goodness. Hey Deb, how are you doing? So that paint will still be good in November. Don't ask. I know it will still be good, so I don't have to get it done right now. But um, it's like I need to have interior projects done by really by the end of March in order for me to be ready for doing stuff outside, and it's like, so I need a little bit of a mental break from getting this done before I just like leap into outside. So more snow here tomorrow, thankfully not as much. You got 5 feet there. I heard that there was just like, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Alicia, but you guys got smacked with snow. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow, Caitlin, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's good. Um, sorry, I know it's a little bit behind. You're almost out of snow too, just a few inches in the shady spots. Yep. Yeah, it's been, I think we got a lot considering we only had like really 2 weeks of winter this year. And I consider that to be anything like below 10 degrees above 0 Fahrenheit, so if it has to be between 10 above and 20 below, that's like winter and snow and cold and wind. So when it's 30 degrees, that's not winter. That's like fall or spring. So, um, but the frost is all coming out of the ground because every day everything is just wet and the ground is saturated and everything. So the frost is definitely coming out. Deb, you're catching up on chores. Surprise snow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Kiri, I'm glad you don't have any snow. And I hope you're staying warm enough or cool enough, whichever you're dealing with right now in your house. So, if you had trouble finding a um, pale gold AC like air conditioning, pale gold AC. What do you mean by that? So, yeah, it's hard to see it online, so I would suggest going to a store that would carry the paints because then they have got all the swatches that you can see really well. Because even I was looking at everything online and thought I had picked what I want to, and I went to the store today and was looking at their samples, their swatches, and I was like, "Oh man, that doesn't look anything like what I thought it was going to be." And so I changed my mind on one of them, and so it was really helpful to actually see it, even though I was still looking at it under fluorescent lights and everything. It was it was very helpful to see, actually, very, very helpful. So you're flooded here, been raining for the past 4 days. Oh no. Lawn daisies and dandelions are blooming here. Daffodils are about to bust up. Oh, It's springing at your house, Patty. There you go. Oh, sorry. Arts and crafts color. Okay. So you want a historic color then. Oh, yeah. Really vintagey. She's got a beautiful, kind of a deep lavender vintage. It's called vintage, I think. Vintage collection or something. And it was like, that would be really pretty. But I also have to think, I mean, this could be, I'm sure, the last time that I paint those rooms before I would have to end up moving and selling. And even if I'm here another 10 years or 15 years or something, I mean, it's more property that I can handle once I get older. So um, things that I'm doing, I'm also trying to think about salability, what other things. So, trying to find gentler, neutral type of colors that can go in there, and so that I don't have to do all that at the last minute. Trying to take care of that. Um, One day last week, he got into the 70s when it was 34. Ooh, I have to look this up, Patty. Yeah, snowdrops. Yeah, those lots of pretty flowers there. So what has everybody been up to this last week? I've been telling you, I've been painting and working on stuff and um especially those closets and everything. Well, like I said, it's been 20 years since I painted. Well, in the last 20 years, I can't be on my hands and knees crawling around in those little spaces anymore. It's like things have changed. So it's like, oh, I'm not quite as neat of a painter anymore because of um, a little bit more mobility restrictions. Hey, you get to my age, that just happens. Hey, Mother Earth Garden Club, how are you? Time to walk through the valley of death so close. Oh, protected gander. Yikes. Yes, be safe out there. You're clearing the hillside. I saw that on Instagram. You've got a lot of work going on there. Felling a lot of trees, stacking brush and timbers and stuff for firewood. That is so awesome. Now, is some of the wood that you're cutting, the trees you're cutting down, is that going to be like milling wood too, or are they not quality enough? Because you say you're doing for firewood. You decided not to tap maple trees because such a strange winter here in Minnesota. Okay. Mother Earth, I was wondering about that when a few weeks ago when it got so warm, it was like, oh my goodness, the trees are going to be running. And it's like, are people tapping or are they doing like you and just letting it go? Um, oh, if you're coming from back pain, I'm so sorry. You should have some large enough trees for lumber. Oh, cool. What kind of trees? I thought you had a lot of hickory around there. I know you've got a lot of oak, but I was just trying to remember your other trees. Your painting has suffered too, so I need to get this project done soon. Oh, so you understand. Yikes. If I'm today for Jacob. Okay. Well, hopefully that'll work. Hopefully it'll help you out, Alicia. That's true. Hey, Donna. Many are tapping down that way. Okay. I mean, it's like everything's thawing. I was sure that the sap would be running, and people are getting their good collections of maple syrup. This corner you're cutting is all hemlock. Oh, that's right, hemlock, not hickory, hemlock. I'll have to look up to see what hemlock wood looks like. Is it um really variegated or is it like knotty or is it this hemlock wood? You got my curiosity up. I need to look to see what hemlock looks like. Hemlock wood images. Ooh, some like it looks like the basic wood is fairly, even grain on there, but then you've got some that looks really, kinda rough and wild. But a lot of it looks like, kinda like a maple, almost. Canadian hemlock, western hemlock. But there's hemlock wood planking is very rough looking, but everything else looks kinda like fairly smooth. To pine or spruce, okay. You have lots of maple syrup from 2 years ago? Oh, it resists twisting. Oh, that is a good thing. I like that. Can't tell you how much pine wood that I've gotten that's been twisting and warped, and it's like, it's so hard to build things with it, and it's like, I'm not building barns with it. So it's like, it's like furniture and cabinets and stuff like that, and it's just like, really? I didn't see this warp in it in the store when I went to Menards, but now it is. So, so anyway, one of the other bedroom upstairs, because I have 3 upstairs, so, not the one I'm painting right now, but the other one that needs to be done. I have some wood that I'm gonna be doing shelves for, and, like box shelves that I'll be installing on the wall, and so it'll look like a floating box shelf kind of type of thing, and so, um, but I wanna get those in. I mean, the wood's all cut, sanded, everything ready to go. But I'm just like, "You know what? I should really paint before I install those," I think. So that's where it's like, oh, because you don't wanna install them all and get them all up there, and then it's like, "Yeah, I probably should paint around them." That makes it harder. Oh, you're right, Patty. It's not what it used to be. Yeah, pine, okay. So that's what helps it to twist and different things? Interesting, interesting. So, but anyway, one of the things on in the room that I'm doing right now, the little closet, it told you it's not even 3 by 5, it's a small closet. The doorway is only 27 inches wide, I think, to the closet. And so you go in and then there's like shelf on the right, shelf on the left, and so it's a very narrow doorway. It's never had a door on it. And um it's a guest room. I don't want them really necessarily seeing everything that's in the closet. And it's a small room. The whole room itself is only 7.5 feet wide. It's long but narrow. And so can only have a twin bed in there. And I don't want have a big door pulling, moving out into the room because there just isn't room. So what I'm doing, what I was what I was looking for, and I had an idea. I wanted to do like the swinging saloon doors on them. They call them cafe doors too. I just saloon door, just that's what I think of when I see them. But um so anyway, so I went online, started looking at them. Oh my gosh, for just two little doors that I'd have to install on there, they're anywhere from 300 to $700 for the little, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Oh, man." I'm making them. So, I know, it's insane, and it's like, "Dave, you got free wood too to do it." So, anyway, I did go to Menards and found some wood. So each door has to be like 13 inches wide, and, because you got the hinge and then you want a little space between them and everything. So, uh, of course, you most wood is 12 inches, so it's like a little too narrow. So anyway, I got some wood that's 16 inches, so I'll cut it down. But a piece, I got aspen, so I was 16 inches wide by 3 feet high. Um, so anyway, I'll cut it down, and then I'm going to plan like a a decorative type of curvy type of top and stuff like that and cut it. And I'll probably score it so it will look like it's um, I don't know, like a Nantucket style. But anyway, it's so I'll just score it with the vertical cuts and stuff like that, and just paint it and attach it. But so for like $50 or $60, I'll have my have my doors up there and made. It's just ridiculous. I know, totally insane. So you ordered a raised garden bed from Vago Garden? Oh, Vago. Um, where was I going to get mine from? The Vajega, the same one that um, I'd been looking at them before. Um, Kevin and Sarah, got theirs and stuff. But Rex told you today that a door he bought 2 years ago at $200, now $800. That's just ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason for it. Really, truly. Yay, Kiri, that's so good. You made it through. You had an incentive to get done really quickly. Your daughter just bought me that, but oh, yay! Oh, good. I could follow along, right? I know, crazy inflation. It's just like, so, I believe I have a jigsaw. I haven't used it yet, so it'll get its use this time. So anyway, I was not able to find the hinges that I needed, and I couldn't find anybody to help me look for them either. So it's just like, I'll do it another time. But anyway, yeah, it just. Those are the kind of things that just like delay the whole project and the process and everything. It's like, okay, so I'll make it. Well, that takes another couple weeks to get that done, And it's like, because I have to get the materials, and then I have to have the time to be outside cutting the wood, and it has to be the right weather for that. And then I have to, do the sanding and the prepping and the painting, and then you install it. So it just takes time in the middle of everything else I'm doing. So yeah, isn't this a good one? Last week you had to avoid a gander fight full blown. Oh my goodness. Was it a full moon? It's the only thing I can think of there, Gary. So anyway, like I put in parentheses for this one in my description down there. We're going to talk about some beets and Swiss chard. And they are in the chenopodiaceae. Something like that. This is the family. I'm just going to call them the chenopods. I know, Patty, I know you're going to know how to say that, but it's just let it go. Okay. Okay, chenopod. Yeah, chenopodium. It's not a podium, it's podiaceae or something. I love you too. We know that you know all this stuff, but I'm talking to the first grade class here, So, chenopod. So that I'll just call them the chenopods. Oh, isn't she cute though? Oops, there we go. She's carrying her Swiss chard. Either she's really itty bitty or that's a mighty big Swiss chard. So, okay. So the chenopod family includes several very widely grown vegetables. Beets, chard, and spinach were noted in Aristotle's writings as early as the 4th century BC. Oric is recorded in ancient Indian history. Although not well known in the United States, quinoa, it is better known now. Quinoa is an important grain crop in the Andes Mountains of South America. Lamb's quarters and good King Henry are common in English gardens and are gathered wild throughout Europe and America. So, members of the chenopod family are very diverse in growth habit and even in seed formation. Beet or chard seed is an aggregate containing several seeds formed in an irregular, dry, hardened, woody calyx, like a little case type of thing. So looks like a little fairy. Uh, Goose is on a oh yeah, she does. Um, so members of the chenopod family are wind pollinated. So if you're having really windless days, get out there with your bellows or your little battery powered fan and just get them going there. So the pollen is light and can travel up to 5 miles depending on the variety, air temperature, and wind speed. Commercial seed production relies entirely on isolation to keep the seed crop pure. Bellow pollen. I was thinking, does anybody know what the bellows are? If you don't know what bellows are, look it up. Uh, um, in the home garden, it is possible to bag beets, orch, and spinach if varieties are grown very close together. So, as the seed stalks form, a wooden or metal support stake is placed in the center of the plants. The seed stalks are all bent in slightly to the stake and covered with large water-resistant paper bag. The seed stalks are then wrapped with cotton batting to cushion and seal the bottom of the bag. That's a lot of work. Oh, you've only had windy days, so there you go. Spinach frustrates you could bolt quickly in the garden. Yeah. Well, we've had so many summers lately that have been getting hot right away too. Um, you know what? I think if you were to able to plant it and grow it out, like beginning of September, that might be better. If you can get it in right away or even put it in a pot and get it out in April during the days or something like that, and bring it in at night, then you'd maybe be able to get some spinach in that way. But yeah, when it gets hot so quickly in June, it just goes to seed that way. It bolts. Brown marmorated stink bugs love the fruiting flower stalks before seeds were ripe. It was a trap crop. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Yay for those stink bugs. Okay. So um, the batting prevents stray pollen and insects from entering the bag from the bottom. Cotton bag to cushion and seal the bottom of the bag. Oh, okay. The bag is stapled shut and then tied or taped around the batting to form a secure seal. In most areas, the daily winds will be sufficient to mix the pollen inside the bag. Shaking the bags on windless days will help ensure good pollination and seed set. Okay, so most of the seeds are harvested dry and are usually stripped from the plants by hand while still in the garden. Some beet and prickly seeded spinaches can be hard on the hands, making gloves a necessity. The plants and their fully mature seeds can be pulled to finish drying under cover in areas where summer rains occur. So, you have one spinach plant, planted a bunch of seeds, but only one grew. Oh, so okay. So we talk about the garden beet, the sugar beet, mangle, and Swiss chard. I'm not familiar with mangle. It's Mangel. So, hey, Michigan daffodil. You know what? Sometimes it's important to be there. To be there. There's so much going on in your state too that it's important to be there right now, especially in an election year. So, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. So, beets have been providing food for humans and animals since ancient Grecian times. Invading Roman armies took beets into northern Europe to provide feed for their horses. The tender green leaves and long keeping roots made beets an excellent crop for northern European climates. Centuries of selection resulted in varieties that produce tender, abundant greens, which have become the chards of today. I had no idea Swiss chard and beets really were the same family in that way. Had no idea. They don't look like it, but so other selections produce tiny red table beets and huge varieties used for stock feed and sugar production. We have a lot of sugar beet fields around here. So, have your photography mentorship? Oh, that's gonna be so great. I hope that's going well, Deb. Um, Good luck with that. Have fun in Idaho and Eastern Oregon. Okay. Yeah, there we have a lot. I mean, boy, around the end of September, the trucks are going back and forth in front of my house all the time. I mean, like every 5 minutes, just at least going by. And through October, well, this year we had a warm October too, so they were just they were harvesting like crazy. So lots and lots of sugar beets around here. Okay. um, yeah, used for stock feed and sugar production. In 1700, the Prussians began searching for a way to produce sugar in their short, cold climate. Their attention centered on beets, and by 1775, a forage beet with 6% sugar content had been developed. Today's sugar beets often yield a sugar content of 20% and provide nearly half of the world's sugar. Wow. Didn't know it was that high. Your township is pretty small. Hobby is a treasure. Okay. Okay. Yes. Good to do. So January, February, March with weekly homework. So good for me. Hey, good night. Okay. So chard varieties are beets that are grown for their greens rather than for root production. So they need 2 seasons to produce seed. Beets will not flower until their roots are mature and have been subjected to at least a month of cold temperatures. That's very interesting. In mild winter climates, beets planted in the late summer will bolt, producing a seed stalk during the following spring. So Mississippi, Texas, all you guys, it would be in this following spring that you would get a seed stalk. So just leave them in the ground. Sugar beets are usually white or cream colored and weigh from 8 to 15 pounds. These suckers are huge. I mean, and they fall off the truck as they're going by and see these huge things. They're massive. Forage or mangled beets can grow much larger and are available in white, yellow, red, and red with white stripes. Table beets have been selected for their small size, sweet flavor, and for a variety of root shapes. I never would call the beets that you grow in there, the red ones and stuff, as sweet. I don't know. They're just not. You're good at leaving things in the ground. Hey, there you go. See, you're all ready. uh, um, you joined a book club put on by Sandy Brock and her daughter Jessica. Cool. Look up Goshen Green Charter Townships, who's been fighting for a year now. Good. Oh, that's so great. That's so good. Okay. So globe and round shapes are by far the most common. So anyway, Table beets are available in yellow, gold, pink, red, and red with white stripes. All beets and chards are outbreeding plants that will cross with each other, no matter what their size or use. To make seed saving even more difficult, beets are wind pollinated. Beet pollen is light and can travel up to 5 miles, depending on the temperature and climate. Crop isolation or seed stock bagging can be used to ensure seed purity. Um, and if you only grow one kind of beets, but then, 5 miles, you can end up getting somebody else's beets mixed in with that too. So isolation of 2 to 5 miles is required for absolute purity. In home gardens, the bagging technique described can be used. A minimum of 6 beets should be included in each bag or cage. So, oh yeah, Mother Earth, you just be careful. I need to have you fully there. So, reading Building with Stone right now. Okay, cool. Kiri, I bet you've got a lot of ideas in place for the stone, for all the things you've got. So, I have not been able to. I grew beets a couple years ago, and I just have not acquired a taste for them. Let's put it that way. Even pickled beets, couldn't do them. But I've got beet juice powder. So it's all the beet colored red beet powder. And I've been adding it to drinks and stuff like that. And it's like, I can do that. So I've been getting some beet benefit in a drink. So that's been good for me. Good health. A fermented beet juice drink. Oh, beet kvass. Okay, fermented beet juice. Mine is not fermented. It's just a regular juice. And I actually add it to, I have a glass with some collagen stuff in there. I usually use lemon or orange flavored collagen. So then you add the beet juice powder to that. And so it makes a nice pink drink. And it's flavored pretty good. So anyway, as with other biennial root crops, 2 methods of seed production are commonly used with beets. The seed-to-seed method is the easiest, especially in mild winter areas. The beet seed is planted, and the roots that are left in the ground over the winter produce seed the following year. Glenn Beck's main employees lives in Michigan, is close to people in the county. Oh, that's so good. But need to talk to Stone Mason Ask Group too. Okay. Give good support. Yes. Need a good community of support. So that's so good. When using the seed to root to seed method, beet seeds are planted in the spring. The roots grow to maturity and are dug before the first killing frost and are sorted for uniform color, size, and shape. The tops are cut, leaving 2 inches of greens, and the root tips are trimmed to about 6 inches. And you go, 6 inches? Like, yeah, beet roots can be quite long. The roots are then packed into a layer of damp sand or sawdust, shredded newspaper, or leaves. Beets will store for 4 to 6 months at low temps, high humidity. The best roots are replanted the following spring for seed production. So we can do that too, especially in the northern climates here. So you dig them up, store them, and put them back in the ground in the spring, and then it'll get your bolting and your seed production there. Some gardeners cut the tops back to within 1 inch of the roots, while others believe that leaving the tops on provides an added source of nourishment for the roots. So let me see. Beet seed stalks can grow 4 feet tall and are usually harvested when the majority of the seed clusters have turned light brown. The fully mature seeds can be progressively stripped from the plant as they mature. So just go in and just take the browned ones off of there if they're not all ready to go. Um, or the entire seed stock can be cut when the majority of the seeds are mature and then dried further. That sounds like a lot less work. You got enough things going on, and it's like, I don't need to be tending it and going out every day. It's like, okay, which ones are ready? It's like, just cut the stalk, hang it, and let it dry. The dried seed stalks can be threshed with a flail, but jogging in place on a bag of dried stalks is okay. So you got all the stalks in a bag, and you put it on the ground. And you just jog over it. It just run on top of it, and that'll get the seeds off the stalks. Well, that sounds like a fun way to do it. So you guys are chatty tonight. I'm missing something. So your goat shelter needs new walls. Plywood is round. Would like to replace the stuff. Yeah. I don't think you're crazy. It's just use the materials you have there. I think that's great. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it'll be good. The other side are acting like cornered cats. It's, oh, yeah. Pickle beets, you struggle growing them. He wanted to buy beets once. A woman just wanted beet leaves. Produce man cut off the leaves to give the woman for free. Oh, there you go. I would say if she's getting those leaves for free, you're only getting half the beets, so you should get the beets for free too. If he's giving the greens for free, the beets should be free too, right? You did that using a pillowcase. Okay, works like a charm and had neighbors. That pillowcase would be great. Yeah, it's like you're just running on top of them. Stomp, stomp, stomp. It's like a grape stomp almost. Produce people here know better than to give away leaves for free. Okay. Where was I here? Oh, threshing them. So then the seeds are then winnowed to remove any remaining pieces of stems and leaves. So beet seeds have a different structure from other garden seeds. Each seed is actually a group of flowers that is fused together by the flower petals. This forms a multi-germ cluster, which usually contains 2 to 5 seeds. Plant breeders have recently developed single-seeded clusters for some sugar beets, which eliminates the need for thinning. Ew. They're getting smart with that. Some seed companies break apart the seed clusters of garden beets for the same reason. Research suggests this increases seed injury and reduces germination. What do you think? If you had that little seed cluster that's supposed to be together, if you break it apart, would that ruin the possibilities of germination? I just keep thinking it's like you're messing with something that God created there, right? And he did it for a purpose. Even though it's a little cluster of seeds, it's like there's a reason it's got that protection, right? Plants beets using the cluster method does that with other things too. Okay, there you go. So your cost was reduced because you only pay for the beets. That's true. We need to work on homestead structures this year. Temporary ones are ready to. Oh, yep. I hear that. Well, so Southern Blast Homestead, be safe out there and be careful. But yeah, hopefully that all works out for you too. At groceries, you have a large box of folks peel sweet corn before buying. For free rabbit food? There you go. That's cool. Charles doubting on the results of multi-sowing. Okay. Seed clusters can also be broken apart at home. You place the seeds in a bag and gently roll it with a rolling pin. Adjust the pressure until the clusters are broken apart but not crushed. So, beet seeds will retain 50% germination for 6 years when stored in a cool, dry, dark location. Has anybody else thought about getting a little, um, what kind of refrigerator do we call it? Just a little teeny, like an office refrigerator, the little college dorm fridge, for seeds, just for storing seeds. I don't have room for one. I really don't. It would be a great idea. Yeah, mini fridge. There you go. You goats love beets. Used for deer feeding. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, beets and chards are biennials that must be dug, stored, replanted in order to produce seed crops. So that's your basic thing. In climates with freezing winter temperatures, beets are usually direct seeded. Swiss chard can either be direct seeded or transplanted from greenhouse starts. Here it takes a long time for my chard to get going. Last summer, I planted some from seed right out in the garden. And even just by the end of the summer, it was just starting to get about 8 inches tall. And it was like, took a long time. So I think if I plant it again, I'm going to have to start that early and get them going. So anyway, that's it on the beets and the chard. So we get to do spinach next week. Spinach. Learning how to save seed. So I don't know if any of this is helping you to give you ideas or thoughts about like maybe you would plant differently or the things that you would plant. It's like, do I want to save seeds for this? What would be the process? And so just wondering if you guys are, if you have that in mind at all after all the things that we've been talking about and going through, or if you're just so busy that you're just like, I'm just ordering my seeds. And if there's a good germination rate for 4 or 5 years, my seeds will last. But it's something that I think we're all going to need to know not too far down the line. So we're going to need to know how to do all this if we're going to keep food on our table and be able to grow into different things. So chard doesn't like your heat of summer, only good spring and fall. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Patty G, I talked about that, I don't know, a couple months ago, I guess, or something. It's like, got to save seeds somewhere. And it's like, I don't have room in my refrigerator. And it's like, oh, a mini fridge. Yeah, tuck that away in a corner. And that's just for seeds, So that would be kind of neat to do. Carrots and dropped apples for deer baiting also. Okay. $27. Oh my goodness. A red mini one. That would be so cute. It's a smaller type of cute. Oh my goodness. $27. That's so worth it to not take up the room in your regular refrigerator. Your peppers loved it though. Okay. Free seeds are always a blessing. So true. I can't wait here in Mississippi. It's odd to see it. Bait. Okay. Yeah, I see that at a couple places around here, but it's not going to be large enough over time. That's possible. Yeah, it would depend on how, what your garden space is like and what your, how many seeds you have. And I mean, that would be definitely a factor. But, all right, you guys, our hour is done. You saved some bean seeds because you missed picking some and found them this fall. Okay. Well, so you got some. Yeah, you guys just take care. God bless. Always have hope and have a great week. Lent is starting this week. We have Ash Wednesday. We have Mardi Gras on Tuesday, tomorrow, Valentine's Day on Wednesday, all kinds of things happening this week. So you just guys be safe out there and stay blessed. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.